Going on, Bobo Kennel family? I'm back at it with you with another video. I've been having a couple people ask me about how I feed my American bullies, and it's kind of like a different varieties of me choosing how I feed my bullies. Sometimes I might feed them kibble, sometimes I feed them raw. So it's really just depend on how I'm feeding them for that week. But I try to at least feed them raw 2 times out the week. I got 3 dogs in my kennel right now. I got Big Mama, she an XL. She weighed 95 pounds. She's an XL, she's got Merle, she's a Merle Lilac. I got my boy Mr. Big Stacks Draco, Mr. Draco. He a standard for you, he all black. He a try. And then I got my girl Foxy Lady. She's a standard bully. She's right now currently 7 weeks pregnant. So I'm going to show you how I feed my dogs raw, and I'm going to show you how I cook their food for you. So when I usually feed them raw, I usually feed them some carrots. I feed them the regular baby carrots, the rainbow baby carrots. You can get these for about like $2 a pack. I feed them the carrots. I also add eggs in a diet. That's another good thing I do. I add the eggs, and some people when they add the eggs in it, they'll put the shell in there. But I used to do it when I first started out putting the shells in there, but I don't. I just put the yolk in there. And then I use rice. You can use any type of rice. You can use Uncle Ben's, anything white rice, off-brand, great value. It works. Rice. And then I cut peppers up for them. I put peppers in their food. And then I also get them for their meat. I do a sirloin steak for them. So I do a sirloin steak. I cut that for them, and I put it inside their food for them. So I'm gonna get back with you and show you the rest of the procedure of me making my food. And then also too, YouTube fam, I also too add a little bit of chicken broth in there too, so it for a little bit of flavor and a little bit of juice for them. So I'm gonna go ahead and make the food for you. I'm gonna show you how I make it and the steps of how I make it, and then I'm gonna get back with you. All right, y'all. So I'm back. I just got done cutting up the meat for them. I cut the meat into little pieces like this, so I stack it up, and then I got theirs for them. So I'm gonna put it in here for them. Put all the meat in there. Put it in there for them. Boom. Boom. I'm gonna cut the rest of the other meat up too. I do for them. And this I usually get about 2 feedings out of this. I usually do about 2 feedings out of this for my dogs. Yeah, 2 the most. So I'm gonna cut the rest of this up, and I try to cut it up in little chunks too. Let's make that little piece. Take that meat. Also too, bruh, everybody too, when they do their meat, every person, some people feed their dogs chicken wings, some people feed them ground beef, but I feed my dogs sirloin. I like sirloin. I like that sirloin for them. It's real good for them, red meat. Most dogs like red meat. Most dogs like red meat. Red meat, and the more fat, the better. The more fat that you give your dog, the better. That's just like you give your dog beef. You want to get them the beef that got more fat, not lean beef, because you want them to gain muscle off of it, protein. So that's what I go with. That's why I say I always go with the beef. Alright, y'all. So next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put these carrots inside this pot. So I use one of these little pots to cook that carrots. I cook that carrot. Some people give it to them hard. I cook them and get it a little bit, instead of it being so raw, I give it to them a little soft for them to eat. So I cut the bag and put it in the water. I let it soak for about like 3 to 4 minutes so it can get a little soft. And I just put it on the air. There you go. In there for them. Let that cook about 5 minutes. About 5 minutes. And I do, for me, because I got 3 dogs, I do 2 bags. That's what I do. I do the 2 bags for them. Do 2 bags. And I let that cook. So then I come over here, I wash my peppers off. I get the 3-pack. I get the 3-pack peppers. And I wash them off. So I come over here, I wash them off a little bit. Shit like that. These 2. Okay. So after I wash them off, I cut them real quick. Then after I do that a little bit, I add them in there. So I do 3 of them. Out the peppers, cut them up like that. And like I said, I feed them this like 2 times out the week. And then I feed them, if I'm not feeding it, I feed them kibble. I do for my kibble that I choose to feed them when I'm not feeding them raw, I do the Purina Sport. So I do either the chicken and rice or I do the steak. Because my dogs, they like the steak Purina. So I do that for them if I'm not feeding them raw. But it's best, in my opinion, the best to really do is feed your dog raw. That's really the best thing to do, honestly. But some people, unfortunately, can't really feed their dog raw, which nothing ain't wrong with it. So like I said, it's plenty of times I had to use kibble, and nothing ain't wrong with kibble. Kibble do what it do. It's just like eating. It's all the same. So I cut these up in the pieces for them to put in a bowl. A piece, I do all of them like that. You know, like I said, everybody really gonna do like feed their dog different. It's really not no really specific. Some people try to feed more protein into their dogs. I try to get them more of a mixed balance of it. I want to try to give them meat, protein, vegetables. Y'all can drop down a comment below too, or tell me a little techniques or what y'all do to use, or how y'all feed y'all American bullies, or any type of dog that y'all ever raised before in y'all life. Just tell me, drop a comment down below and let me know what's the ways how y'all do of feeding y'all dogs. Cause you know, a lot of people got different ways. So I'll just be interested in too, of seeing how other people feed their dogs too. But don't forget, y'all, to hit that like, that comment, that subscribe, and try to get me to that 100 subscribers, man, because I'm almost there. I'm going to keep pushing, man. The more y'all keep on subscribing, the more I'm going to keep pushing out content and let y'all know how we do stuff over here in Bobo Kennels. You know, that's the goal, you know, is to make good pit bulls and breed good pit bulls, not just to breed dogs, but for good quality, and try our best as is it within the breed to have the good qualities and not just breed any type of dog to any type of dog. We try our best. We take care of our dogs. That's our goal as humans. We love our pets. But yeah, y'all, I just cut all of these up like this. And I put it in a bowl. So pretty much when I'm finished with it, I just do it like this for them. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot to turn it on. I'm gonna walk over here to this Al right here too, y'all. I almost forgot, y'all. I forgot to turn the Al on. Also, that's another thing that I do. I also too, when I cook they peppers, I let they peppers saute for about like 3 minutes and get them a little soft. Same thing like I do for the carrots. I saute their carrots and then I soak their carrots so it can be a little bit easier for them to chew. That's just something I do for my dogs. You don't have to do that. Some people tell you that's unnecessary, but that's what I do. I do it for my dogs. Y'all probably hear my son back there. So I saute him a little bit. I'm gonna let that warm up a little bit, and then we gonna go check on those carrots and see. They should be done. The carrots should be done. So them are my vegetables. So them my carrots. My carrots should be done. We gonna come over here and drain it in the sink, y'all. Bobo Kennels, y'all. They should be good. They should turn out like that. Should be a little soft for them, yeah. Want it like that, a little like mushy for them so they can be able to get it. Then we gonna pour them in here. So what we gonna do is we gonna pour them in here on top of the meat. Sound fair, but we cool. So we gonna pour it in there, put them with the meat. We're gonna put it on there like that. We're gonna take our peppers. We're gonna put our peppers. Now, when we cooking our peppers, we gonna only cook our peppers for 3 minutes for them. That's what we gonna do. We gonna cook them for 3 minutes, and you gonna put it on low. Gonna put it on low for them. A little salt in it. Just a little pinch. Just a tiny, just this little bit. Dogs really, you're not supposed to put seasoning on dogs' food. So I just put like this much. I just let it saute. I saute it a little bit. So while I let those saute, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and finish letting these saute for about like 3 minutes, and then I'm gonna bring their bowls and I'm gonna show y'all how I portion their bowls. Alright, y'all, so it's been 3 minutes past now. These done. Let them saute a little bit. So now I'm gonna start portioning their food in their bowls for them so I can feed them for y'all. So usually I just put everything too inside the bowl. So I got my 3 dog bowls. I put it on the side like this. One right there. Some on there like there. And my other one, I put a little bit on there for it like this. Put them all around. All the juice on there. Alright, that's how I do. Then next thing I do, I take my put all my potatoes on there. I'm sorry, I said potatoes, I mean carrots, y'all. So I put my carrots right next to it on the side in the bowl, in the bowl. Okay, so yeah, like that. Alright. Then I'll put their meat on one end. So after you put your meat on there for them, what I usually do now, I put my eggs on there for them. So what I usually do, I try to give them 2 eggs for their coat. Cause you know, for me, I feel like when you put the eggs in there, it make their coat a little shiny. So I do 2 and I don't put the shell in there, I just do the yolk in there. So I crack my egg. Put it on there. Two eggs. And both, all of them gonna get 2 eggs a piece. So I do the 2. And then my last thing I do to it is I add my chicken broth. This is the next thing I do to the bowls. I put the chicken broth on the top for flavor and so it can be moist. That's my last thing I do to it for the sauce. And then that's one thing I do too on the side. I add only 2 scoops of rice because I don't want to give them too much starch and they die. So, you know, because some breeders don't feed their dogs rice at all. But I feed them just a little bit of rice in a meal. Just only 2 scoops of rice in a meal. That's what I do.
To be the most popular stop on the Mother Road.
And that's how I make my American Bullies raw diet. So everybody got their way of making it. This how I make my raw diet for my American Bullies. So now I'm gonna get back with y'all. I'm finna go grab my dogs. I'm gonna go grab them and let y'all see them eat, and I'm gonna show y'all how my prices be at me when I feed them. Alright y'all, so I'm back. Sorry for the wait. I had to let the peppers cool down for a little bit because they had got a little hot. So So I'm finna feed my XL girl first. I'm finna feed Big Mama first. So this her meal. I'm finna give it to her. She the first one on the board. Here. Feed her food. Alright, y'all. And now I'm finna go feed my pregnant 7-week female Foxy lady. She finna be next. She finna get her food next. This Foxy lady for you. And like I said, she a 7-week-old American Bully standard female. Let me see her food. Come on, mama. Good girl, mama. Girl. And none of my dogs, you see my dogs, I could take my hand and I could put my hand in their bowl. You see that? I could put my hand in their bowl. They won't attack me. They love me. They won't attack me. She can sit here, she can eat all day. She won't attack me. She won't attack me. She won't attack me. My next feed I'm finna get my boy Draco, Big Draco. I'm getting too old, but I'm finna get Big Draco his food next. I got my boy Draco, so I'm finna feed Draco his meal. He ready to eat it too. So I'm finna feed him his meal. This is my boy right here. Come here, Pop. Oh, I see it. Lay. Pop, good boy. I'm finna feed him his food. It's his. Alright, family, I just got done feeding my dogs. They finished all their food. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll be back at it with another one. Yes!